Welcome to our MarketQ video. This video is the second in a series of 4 about the transactional features of MarketQ and focuses on the Account Manager section, which allows you to link and consult your National Bank Direct Brokerage accounts in MarketQ. To recap, the first video provides an overview of the basic transactional process, the third reviews advanced transactional methods, and the fourth focuses on options trading. Let's begin. The organization of the information in the Account Manager section is similar to that of the NBDB website, although the look at first is somewhat different. Navigation is done via the 4 tabs at the bottom of the panel. Let's look at them one at a time. To start, let's go see the Summary tab, which corresponds to the account's summary page on the regular NBDB website. It is the only tab you will not be able to place an order from directly. You will find most of the same information as on the website. Note the drop-down menu at the top of the page that allows you to customize the columns that are displayed. This applies to each of the tabs of the Account Manager section. Once you've made your modifications, note the gear wheel in the box. It allows you to save your customized display. Here's a little time saver for you. It's called the Best Fit option and is available by right-clicking and scrolling down. It's useful to quickly optimize the display after adding or removing columns instead of manually moving them to fit. Also, if you manage multiple account routes, the group view can also be useful. Now, let's move on to the Holdings tab, which corresponds to the account's holdings page of our website. Here we have our current holdings, color-coded to show if the holding is in a gain or loss versus the average cost. Now, in order to place a trade in this menu, you can right-click on a symbol and choose New Order, which opens an order ticket with the symbol and account already selected, but not the quantity. Even if you have chosen to sell a position you already hold, you would need to add that manually. Another option to close a position is to double-click on the symbol you want to sell and choose Close Position. Note that this time the quantity is already entered, as well as the symbol and account. Simply choose the order type, in this case market, before submitting and then confirming the sale on Cascade. MarketQ will advise you once the order has been filled. All of the orders, whether open, filled, cancelled, or declined, are shown in the Orders tab. As you can see, our previous order for the sale of Cascade is shown as filled. For your open orders, a double click on one of the lines calls up the Order Details panel, from which it is easy to duplicate the order, copy the order, modify it, or cancel it. MarketQ assigns a different color to each of the order statuses: open, executed, canceled, declined, but the colors can be changed with a right click in the frame under Display Properties, as is the case for all other MarketQ windows. You will notice that there are also other customizable parameters for all the tabs of the Account Management section, including in particular the change of font size under the Text and Color section. I draw your attention to the very useful option of adjusting the data to the width of the window, fit to width, which is probably worth selecting for all the tabs since it greatly simplifies the consultation of the information. Now, let's go back briefly to the Holdings tab to see our updated asset list. If the list hasn't been refreshed, just click on the small refresh arrows at the top of the page for an update. Once each tab is configured according to your preferences, it is important to save the current display as the default display to avoid losing the customizations. As always, via right-click, choose Default, Save Default Properties. This is the same way as for the other windows in MarketQ. You'll certainly have noticed that each of the tabs has a filter section, which can be hidden from you by using Display Properties. If you apply some of the filters, keep in mind that when a filter is applied, it can hide important information. As an example, if you choose the Open Status filter, it will hide all other orders. Finally, let's quickly mention the Executions tab. You can also find the executed orders in the Orders tab, but you can customize the columns of the Executions tab to show something else, like the average cost, for example. In some cases, this could be useful. This concludes the video on the Account Manager section. I invite you to view the other 3 videos in this series and to contact an NBDB representative to subscribe to our MarketQ tool.